Howdy, howdy, folks. I have the sound on today.
Wow, that was really loud. Scared.
It's Sunday. We're going to be, making art and stuff. Got announcements and things. But before we get started with all that, this is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together, we are PM Artist Studio. See,
I'm just going to be putzing around over here while Mariah talks.
She's got a weird colored shirt on today, which has made lighting a little tricky. Plus, we've got, overcast this morning. This, that, the other. Those are my excuses on why P is not lit up the way I would like her to be. So,
what do I look like?
A little sickly.
Sickly?
A little sickly. A little yellowish.
Well, then you need to change that light up there to blue. There, how's that?
Oh, that is better. I hate it when she's right, but see, that kind of dulls me out.
Well,
sometimes what's good for her is not good for me.
It's so true.
Alrighty, y'all. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. I love seeing those pinky wavy hands. That's some good stuff right there. Okay, so now whatever you're doing over there should be quiet because I want to say hello to people.
That's it. I'm not sharpening anymore. Okay. It's just a flash.
Very good. Let's say hello to people. Thumbs upsies, y'all. If you haven't, see 62 of you here.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah, right out of the gate. Boom, shakalaka. We've got Ann, bartender's daughter, Becky, Betsy, Carrie's here, Charlotte, Darcy, Dana, Eddie, Elizabeth, Erna, Estella, Gerald, Griffinshell, that's Rhonda, Yonka, Jeanette, aka Janette, Jennifer, Carla, Carrie, Kim, Lexi, Lygia, Lori, Marcia, Markle, Maya, Michelle, Nancy, sorry, the chat's moving on me, Paula, Panka, Pia, Ricky Nordmeyer, Robin, SAG, that's Sarah, Sandy Franklin, Star Travel, that's Linda, Sue Davis, Suzanne Rivard, SWL, that's Sherry, Texture Junkies, that is Sharon, aka Sharon, The Shelley Studio, Margot, Tina Schwanberg, Tracy LaBeouf, and I know some other people have popped in and out. Be sure to give me a wavy pinky hand or just a, hand. Hey, Angie. That's Angela. She changed her thing on me. So she's now Angie. We know who you are now. That's good. Okay, so announcements very quickly here. All right, so Betty, hello, and Angie, yes, did Angeline, Carla, and Dana. All right, I think Hoarder Paper Crafts, that's Mimi. All right, pinky hands. Y'all know I love pinky hands. Let's do some announcements because it is now March 3rd.
Really?
Already. March 3rd.
What are we swapping this month?
Okay, I'm glad that you asked that. Coins. So you need to get over there and sign up. I'll help you with the coins.
I have the worst time. I kind of remember we talked about this.
I think you should do masterboardy kind of something or other, and then I cut it on the Cricut, and then we'll have nice round circles.
I could do that.
Okay.
I could do that with some of my leftover
Very good.
stuff.
Let me get through this real quick. Okay. All the featured items, all of this that I speak of here, the events as we refer to them, but they are really featured posts in Makers. That's the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. If you're a part of that, you need to get over there. There will be links in the chat. There's always links down below. Boop, boop, boop. Description area. Click that, see more. It'll give you more. I even update it after the stream. I've been, doing things. I don't know if it's helping. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but I'm going to watch chat real quick while I have this little conversation because I'm very curious. I went ahead and did a recommended thumbnail, and it was like our screen grab from this here. Actually, can you come to the camera and give me like a...
Like right to this one right here?
Yeah, but not like... Okay, so that might be my screen grab. I don't know. Because it seems that people like it. Versus, the arty, lovely shot. Which I always kind of knew anyway because, that's very Instagrammy. And even on Instagram, they aren't loving that. But whatever. I don't know. One of these days, I'll make a book. And that's where my photography skills will maybe come into play. Anyway. So that's that. There you go. I'm just curious. Did y'all see the, new thumbnail thing? Do you like it? I'm thinking that even after a while, I still will go back and put the arty shot just because, number one, it helps me reference things. But, just want to know. Hi, Joni. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so Now, back to announcements. The swap is coins. That's Becky. That's the ATC coin swap. If you want to sign up for that, you need to, go to that post. All that can be seen and featured.
I'm gonna do the master board thing.
Yeah, I think that'll be cool.
Okay, well, I might even work on that on Tuesday.
Ooh.
Just depends on what we get done on the book today.
Well, and I know a lot of people are sending you things, so there will be a...
Oh, yeah.
But that's fine. Like, I think we can come back, like, once you have the strips and things that people sent for
the binding
tags.
material.
We can come back and do a stream about that. Like, we don't have to, just kind of, like, draw it out until that shows up. I'm kind of personally done, but that's me. Sharing my feelings. Sharing.
Okie dokie.
Color combo is lime green, raspberry, and purple.
Yeah, I like those colors.
I know. I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see here. And then we've got the collage prompts headed up by Eddie. Ooh, I have my list here. I'm going to try... I don't know that I'm going to be doing it tomorrow, but, oh, it's going to be backwards. But collage prompts. I'll have P show it here in a second. And then, let's see here. So, Misfit Scrap Swap. And there's a napkin swap. So, y'all need to just get over there. Go to the, little featured area. You can click on it. And then it'll go into, like, a regular feed. Then you can see everything. You can sign up for the things that you want. You can put comments on the ones that, ooh, I'm excited. Or you have questions. And the Maker's Creative Collab theme is over. And I'm, like, over the rainbow. But, you can take that any which way you want. You can be excited about the rainbow and just be over the rainbow about it. Or over the rainbow. Anyway, that was my thoughts.
That it? Tell me it was going to take a long time.
Well, it usually does whenever you're,
interrupting
questions.
That's what you were going to say. Yes. I felt it.
Did you?
In the airwaves.
Oh, and it is March. So guess what? At the end of March, starting on the 25th, it's March Mixed Media Masteries. Because,
Yeah, we can't use that other because the basketball players
and stuff. And we don't want to get in
soccer
trouble.
Players, football players, whatever.
Whatever ball they're messing with.
Yeah.
It's always about balls. Anyway, so that's that.
Round or otherwise.
Yes. There's some new stencils in the shop, and actually they've been there since Tuesday. We just forgot about showing them. This is another, I think it's an exclusive. I'm pretty sure it is.
What?
This.
Those?
Yeah.
I might use those today.
Okay. You can use them today. Yeah. So, things have been very busy in the shop. We have been just orders.
We need to talk about the art.
Oh, yes. Oh, actually, yes. Okay, so, and then, we went to the art thing, the back 40 deal over in Burleson, let me tell you, an hour and 15. Woo!
Yeah. It was a long haul for someone who's not used to sitting in the car for long periods of time.
But we had a fabulous time. Met some people, Ann Webb and Mary Rollins. So, very exciting. They knew who we were, which is always it's kind of fun being and Izzy's like, do people know who we are? Do they know me? She wanted to know if they knew her. That's really what she was.
She was so cute. Did you bring her drawing up?
No, it's in my bag.
She did a drawing of this.
One lady that we were talking to. Met some fabulous people. And we're very excited about this, possibilities of more of this.
And Lynn, if you're watching today, yes. Mm-hmm. I put my sticker on my...
Oh, yeah, and Mary, she posted in Makers. She sure did. She
post our picture?
Uh-huh.
Was it a good one?
It really was. Thin? Well, yes.
That's what I want.
She looked fabulous. Fabulous. Okay, so that's that. Oh, and a shout out to Jackie Bernardi. Is it Bernardi? I've watched her. I just never keyed in on her name because I'm terrible about that sort of thing sometimes. But she talked about us and that, she's obviously been to our live streams or watches because she mentioned us.
Yes, in a good way.
In a good way. So, props to that. And thanks for letting me know, y'all. I love it. Like, if you see somebody doing something or talking about us, we want to know because we want to tell them thank you.
Heavens to Betsy, yes.
We like to.
And your free to drop in PM Artist Studio in anything that you visit.
Yeah. We love that.
We do.
Tell them they need to come visit over here and be part of this thing.
We're into free advertising.
Darcy says everyone in the pic looked fabulous. Wonderful. Okay. Good and bad.
I just wish that place wasn't so dadgum far away.
Oh, yeah, good and bad. We want to know if somebody's talking schmack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not really. I don't really care.
Depends on how bad and, like, if I can deal with it.
Ignorance abounds out in the
That's true, that, yeah.
hoi polloi.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I've been sitting over here doing a little colored pencil.
Do I need to go topside? I'd love to.
Yes, I think so.
Color on the camera's killing me.
That would be a good thing to do. I got, and I've had this in the queue, but I'm just going to start off with it today because I'm really angry at myself for missing out on it. Marcia sent these with the earrings. She had them very artistically arranged upon these little empty-doos.
Y'all remember that?
Remember that?
Remember?
Well, this is paper, and it's embossed paper. So, but this is like my favorite one, and this is my favorite tissue print that she sent, because these were what backed it, which I thought was very, very classy arrangement there. And what I want to do is I want to get this so that I can find a...
Hi, Kim, and hello, Leslie. Ooh, thank you, Sharon. Sharon used the gear stencils yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Awesome. I need to check that out. We were gone, like, almost all day.
Yeah, it was an all-day affair.
I mean, basically 2.5 hours in the car. Then we hung out for about an hour, which is again, with a 6-year-old, you just... Food and restrooms are very important.
Not necessarily in that order.
But yeah, I mean, just you need to have those things at hand at any moment if you want to keep people happy. And she had part of the hot dog that was there. And I was like, yeah,
and
we're
a bag of chips.
And we're just
and
buying
a soda.
time. And
She had 2 sodas yesterday.
I know she did. And I told her today there would be no consumption of that sort of thing. I'm trying, y'all. Anyway, parenting is hard.
Okay, I just keep messing with this. So I'm gonna. Oh, and I have to show you here before we go on. Here's mine.
Oh, thank you, Sharon.
Is it shiny?
No, if you hold it sideways like that, you're perfect.
And it just I wanted to. One of the reasons that I got this, and I know that sounds really weird.
The artist is Sandra Freeman. Yes.
Okay. I don't know if she has an online presence. We have not.
I didn't get that far.
Yeah. But anyway, we talk about diagonals and whatnot. I got this because I don't know. I don't know anything about her, but I liked her artwork immediately. And I talk about diagonals and going into corners. Well, the reason this works here is because the balance.
Well, and you have a border that says get back
over
here.
You also have, yes, the border. But she has these strong diagonals intersecting this one here. She also has this vertical here, and then the horizontal. And it does have sparklies in it.
Oh, I hadn't really noticed that.
They're very subtle, but there's little bits of sparkles in there, very, very subtle little sparkles. But yeah, she's her stuff is really interesting. I found it very interesting because it was very abstract and geometric.
Becky says she's love the abstract. Love it.
Yeah. Anyway, I liked her stuff. Now here's the thing. When I put this down here with this, I love this.
That looks lovely together.
Doesn't it look fantastic?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just, this is a real iffy thing. I do not know if this is going to work or not. And it's going to completely destroy this.
Hello, David.
So I'm reticent. And in pursuit of that, and whatever else here, I just thought, since we have this here, And I don't have to use the whole thing. I can just use little pieces. Remember down here on the part that keeps flaking off because
This part that keeps coming
slick.
back and we got to deal with it.
It's slick.
It's flaky.
So if I just take a little bit of this, and I should chop it. Let me chop it.
Just chop it.
I'm going to chomp it. But anyway, okay. So I met this other person there. And the reason was because her clothing was just fabulous.
Yeah, Pete had to go sit down to it.
I spied her across the paddock there. This is a farm that we were, yeah. I mean, it used to be like a real farm.
So we're all dealing with little allergy issues today, too.
Yeah.
Because we, out in the...
Yeah.
Out in the
And we sat down on the bench, and she handed us all stickers that said, "You are beautiful." And I have it on my computer.
farm. And it's shiny.
And shiny. And then I found this little piece of stuff on the ground. So I want it to be somehow incorporated here. And then I'm going to have Mariah cut out this little thing, and I'm going to glue it down.
I love it. It's going to be tricky to glue down since it's slicky.
It is slicky on the back side, but I think our glue's up for it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I shall trim
Okay,
it.
so that's what we're going to be doing here in just a sec. And this is just, when
Hello,
you
Elizabeth.
go places,
Kathy.
you should make sure that you are kind of cognizant of what's around you and stuff that, free stuff you can pick up off the ground. And it's just like he does these sculptures, carved wood sculptures, and he utilizes the wood configuration. I don't love all of them, but he had one that was spectacular.
No, so that gentleman...
Yes, is Pinky Diablo.
No, the wood sculptures were not his. He had just opened up the thing.
Oh,
That gentleman had passed away. That was the guy that lived, I think, there.
on the farm.
Yes. I
didn't-
know I had a moment where I was like, but then I realized, okay, different.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that swans. They probably aren't even selling those. They're probably just
Yeah,
part
I would
of the
say.
museum thing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was a beautifully done swan with the wood grain going.
Oh,
with
yeah.
The body of the swan, and then you could tell it was
Hello,
like a
Goswina.
branch that he made into the neck. It was absolutely exquisite. I mean, rates right up there with Henry Moore as far as I'm concerned.
Mm. Look at that. Okay, here, look at that lovely little trim job there.
I'm cutting this so it goes with the grain. If you wonder why I'm slicing off little pieces here.
She's squaring it up.
I'm squaring it up. Sort of, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Look at that. Alrighty.
Oh.
I don't know if that did exactly. I'm not throwing those away because those could be absolutely invaluable. Alrighty, how's it going over there with my little...
Here.
I've got to bring in the turquoise.
Here.
Oh, thank you. That was fast. Yeah, I think that's lovely. Now I could... I don't know. Do I want that shiny side out or this shiny side out?
Hello, Charlotte.
Do I want it down here? Or do I want it up there? I could save that for writing. Okay. Well, we're just going to have to make some executive decisions here, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, are you going to be putting pockets on the book? Those other pockets?
Yes, and I'm going to
Wonderful.
talk about that. But I want to do
promised
this
them.
because I've been waiting to do this.
Or I had mentioned it.
Have a bit of gooed up tip here.
Not Gouda. Gooed up.
Gooed up. Very carefully applying the glue
Mm-hmm.
to the area with which I want to stick to.
That doesn't always happen. That's why she has to call it out.
Okay, I'm going to go with this darker because it has more of the turquoise. Tap, tap, tap. And then you need to go ahead and give it a little bit of a squeeze.
We are also fans of the Gouda around here.
Yes.
Hi, Marge.
Is he?
I want that duck cheese.
Yeah, but
It was
a
Dutch
cheese
Gouda.
snob when she's 6 years old, and it
Oh, yeah.
probably isn't going to get any better. Boy, she's not going to go for.
She doesn't.
There, we solved that problem. And I still have lots of this to use elsewhere. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand this to Mariah and let her, I think that's how I'm going to do that.
Yeah. I like it.
Interrupt this line, my little piece of whatever that stuff is. You know, I think maybe it was another celebration or whatever, but they rent out this place, right? Is that correct, Mariah? Am I?
No, I mean, it was my understanding that it's just kind of like it's like a part of, like one of the things that they do as far as putting on the event.
Oh.
Like they are the farm was the. Yeah. I don't know what the word is
Okay,
for that.
I want this to be slightly off.
Oh. Hello, Dawn.
Just because it's better to be slightly off, and obviously slightly off, rather than, you know, like a little bit.
If you're going to do it, make it somewhat noticeable is what she's saying.
Yes. Don't be shy about that.
Because otherwise it seems like you just messed up.
Yeah. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand that to Mariah because she's a good edge trimmer.
Russell Farm, yes. Oh, it can be rented for events. Yeah, I figured as much because they had like all the little jar things hanging out, and I'm sure you could get married there.
And they have like
and they have
a barn where you can set up your band and dance.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it would be for a huge wedding.
No.
But a nice, intimate one would be very lovely there.
I think so too. I really.
I'm assuming this is what you wanted me to do.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And cut it carefully.
And hello, Mary. I'm so glad you're here.
Is that our Mary from yesterday?
It is our Mary from yesterday. You're now our
She
Mary.
had on the coolest pants you've ever seen.
Yeah, she's like, didn't I post these in Makers? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't think so. But
If you did, we
show
missed
us your
it, so
pants.
show us your pants again. They're really inspirational. Inspirational pants. Okay, so this is this side,
and Becky's work is love. Or Becky's work. I'm sorry, I
What is
read
it?
Becky's thing, and then Mary's work is lovely. Her collage work was fantastic. Loved it. Everybody's stuff there was just so cool, and it was just cool to be a part of it. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so I wanted to emphasize the leaf print done here. So I came in with the darker purple and really kind of worked in areas without getting rid of this cool stuff here.
Yeah.
Because I think that's, and I'm just going to go ahead and make a little notation here. Mariah was grumping about all of my pens that I have out here that are that will just help me remember. And I'm not using her whole name because I don't have permission to. Anyway, there we go, Lynn, if you're watching today. And Mary, I found this little piece on the ground. All right, now that's going to go in the tag pile. And I think I'm going to go ahead and clip the... Mariah, do you have the nippers?
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta dig them out because I gotta.
Okay, and you can go ahead and do that. Now, we have new stencils here. But I wanted to talk about the page in the book real quick, and then we may bust some of these out.
Do you want me to go all the way around?
I think just the top.
Okay.
Please. I was looking at my book and doing the thing with it. These are the ones that we put down, right? Everybody.
Hi, April.
Everybody remembers that. I'm trying to find some.
Those of you coming in, please say hello in the chat so we can
Tags
say
that we
hello
can
back. Give those thumbsy upsies
Stick
if you
in here
haven't.
to show you that these are pockets. Okay, well that might be a little bit tall for that space, and there's nothing on the back side yet, so that's pretty boring.
But sometimes that's a better thing because once you figure out where it's going, then you can address the back side.
Exactly.
Versus trying to, you love the front, but then your back is, something. But
yeah, it's just
it's good, but it didn't need to go there.
It didn't need to go there.
That looks good too.
I don't hate that. Okay, can you do a little nipper on that one too?
I was just about to ask you if I could do that.
Okay, so, and here I got to show you this. I finally took the paint off because it was purple. And
the brayer has been skinned.
She says, "Oh my God, look, Gigi, your brayer's naked." It was, but obviously I,
done something since.
Done something since. Thank you. See, look what a difference that makes. So I want to make a pocket out of this, I think.
Yeah.
But I just, I don't really know exactly how I'm going to do that. But it's thick enough. It's thick enough. Okay, now back to this.
Oh, that's cool, Sarah.
Problem that we have here. Okay, I think part of the problem over here is that I need some black trees, number one. And number two, I think I need some of this here somewhere. Maybe to balance this strong vertical here and bring it back in to here. So that's going to be my...
You're not going to leave it straight like that though, right?
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to...
Wonderful.
Do this and just do little pieces all the way across there. Because I thought that way, I can control my, yeah. And hopefully I've got enough. I think I will. And I want it to be kind of irregular anyway, so.
Yeah, agreed.
That's going to be.
Yes, it was aromatic. Out there on the, in fact, Izzy was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that.
Supposedly there was a donkey, but we didn't see the donkey. I think they.
I saw the donkey when he was down in the lower paddock.
Oh.
Or the lower pen, whatever.
Yeah.
He wasn't been in his home up there.
Yeah.
He was down grazing and doing donkey things.
Yeah.
Elsewhere. Yeah, when we got out of the car, Izzy spied him.
Oh.
I'm gonna see if I
Hello,
can
Anthony.
go around that edge there so I don't have to cut that off because it really is a total pain in the butt. Cutting tissue paper because it's like, yeah,
That was funny.
It's wiggly. Now here's the that's need to put something underneath there so I can see what the hell's going on. Yeah, there's my edge. Okay, that's what we're shooting for there. Whoa.
She needed some contrast to deal with that.
All right, well, we're going to start on this side and go up the diagonal here. And I know that this isn't terribly entertaining, but I want you to realize that I keep looking at the book. And if I see something that bothers me, I mull it out for a while. I just let it, kind of sit there and...
You're not being reactionary.
Yeah, because I know
Patricia.
from experience, my own experience...
Oh, I think I said
that
earlier.
Making decisions, on the fly...
I think I've seen that.
It is, for me, not usually a very good idea. I need to let it sit a spell. And that's not always true. I mean, occasionally I do have those... really excellent. Where's my glue? Oh. Mariah told me today, she said, now, I'm going to make some announcements, and I don't want you to be sitting over there huffing.
I didn't say huffing. I said making noise.
Well, that's, yes.
And interrupting.
and interrupting her.
Because she's
It'll
like,
just-
I'd like to get
It will
through
just
these.
take longer if you do that.
Yes.
That's what she said. And I agree. I agreed. And I said, well, I'll just mess around with my papers over here. Well, I got distracted by colored penciling that one thing, so
We had a little of that. And
yeah. And this is another time when you want to do a little bit of overlapping. You know, you don't have to do a whole bunch. Kind of want to focus on where you're going here. Smooth it, your tissue paper out with a little bit of a damp whatever. And if it's not exactly the way that you want it, then you can just fix it. I like this method of doing it, and I learned this from Mariah, because you can change your direction a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, and I kind of learned that from you as far as like whenever you are, when we're doing like the heads or any of that paper mache business, the smaller, like if you're working in some turns and grooves and things like that, the smaller pieces allow you to cover the area better than trying to put one big piece on there because it doesn't hold the shape.
This is very true. This is very true.
So see, applied knowledge. I took what I knew from doing that to then making, you know, my little collagey things and being able to turn things.
Well, you know, watching junior high kids do that, and they get a half a sheet of paper and want to
Try to slap it on.
just because
Like they're wrapping a car.
they're
I don't know if y'all have ever watched that.
they're
That's
really
pretty
not
fascinating.
into the paper mache, so they want to get her done.
And I'm hoping that we will have new stencils and things like that out from designers this coming Sunday. It has been very busy in the shop, so trying to get anything new processed has been a little tricky. There's only so much, you know, so many hours in a day. And so yeah. And I think, I don't know if Sophia's here, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and send Sophia what I have. She does have new designs coming out, or new stamp designs. I mean, that thing has just been running. And we're looking into new equipment, which is very exciting, also a little scary, and very expensive. But it needs to happen. So, good thing is, you know, we do have the orders coming in, which is fantastic. So that helps us make that decision. But also then like, oh my God, we need to make this decision. So, yeah. If y'all want to know little struggles about, you know, what's happening as far as the PM Artist Studio business, there's the business.
There's the business. Well, now I'm moving my white piece over here so that I can see the edge that I'm working with here.
Oh, wonderful. Mary posted her pants in Makers. Oh, and 2 and 3. Okay, cool. Hi, Mo.
Hi, Mo.
I was wondering if you were going to make it today. She was up very late.
She what?
She was up very late last night.
She was.
I was talking to her, so I know. I told her to get to bed.
I tried to go to sleep, and the other nice part of having your paper slightly squishy, you can still reposition it.
Well, and you hit kind of a nice little sweet spot. So it's so funny because what'll happen is like, okay, cool, we're all caught up. And then like a new little wave comes in and then it pushes it out like another 2 or 3 days. So luckily it has been happening that way, which is very nice because it still doesn't make us feel like, oh my God. But it still kind of gives us that little wave of like, oh, we think we're going to be able to, you know, slip in new stuff. And then all of a sudden some orders come in, so then it pushes that out. And yeah, but yeah, it was funny when you placed your order, it was like right there at that little dip, and it was able to, you know, get it out within that next day.
All right, I think that's looking marvelous. Now I need to find some of my black trees. White trees.
Oh, Paula. I love that. She says, okay, what did Sharon say to her? Hold on.
There they are.
I don't know where this whole thing starts, but I'm going to start right here. Eddie, velvet horsehair with matching footstool and silk smoking jacket, of course. Shall I order one? Order you one too? Sharon then says, I think you should have to create your own chairs as punishment. And then Paula says, Sharon, LOL, I favor a hardback chair with itchy seating for the ultimate naughty experience. We're learning lots of things about Paula.
Yes, so
I want the velvety chair personally. I like the velvet chair.
We do. We like. I have a velvet ottoman. It looks kind of.
We have a velvet
grody.
couch.
Yeah.
I like velvet. I'm a fan.
Okay, now.
You know what we should get? We should get matching. Now you would be too hot in it, but it would be really cute for like a photo thing if we had matching velour, like kind of 1980s like little outfits. With PM Artist Studio on it.
It'd have to be pretty cold.
Yeah. Have to take her to the North Pole to
definitely
get a photo shoot.
A winter activity. Okay, now I kind of think I need to do this here. And
yes.
Let's tear off the extra. I'm going to take it off of the, but I'm just trying to get an idea about where I need to tear off the base here. See, that needs to happen there.
Moses. I think I went to a museum in Amsterdam with a very special seating. That must have been where Paula buys her furniture.
Oh. Alright, I've got to get some paper towels here. I probably should not be. I should move this aside for a moment as I take the.
Well, we'll just have her like we'll do her photo shoot in the deep, in those walk-in freezers, like they have at Costco or whatever. That place is freezing.
Yeah, Izzy won't even go in. All right, now reasonably clean water. Apply to both sides.
We've also learned from y'all that it really is a lot easier if you just do this on waxed paper.
We don't have any of that.
We don't.
It's in short supply here.
I don't know why that is.
I don't really know either. Everybody should have wax paper. But the thing is you start with the fat part. you address the fat part. And then you pull up its little tender parts. Oops.
Yeah.
Well, we lost that part. I don't think I'm going to
need
that one anyway. That's what I'm saying. And if it seems like it's a bit reticent to come off, just shoot it with a little bit more water.
Yeah.
Oh dear, we lost a branch there.
Yeah, those little ones are tricky little boogers.
There we go. Look at that. Just lost one branch. And that's because it was kind of a bad job of...
No, we just never end up getting it. And we don't think about it when we're there. Well, Jennifer, she says your store's out of wax paper.
Write that down somewhere.
Now, you should try it on... Well, you have the deli stuff over there. Why don't you try it on that?
Well, I don't want to do that right now. That means I have to get out.
Oh, well, no, I wasn't speaking of right now.
Yeah.
Never mind. It wasn't a now thing. It was a, hey, you have that over there, though.
I do.
Yeah.
All right, now, we're getting a lot of stuff going on here. I'm holding this in my hand because it's kind of...
Here, Becky says, a little hashtag silly secret. Sometimes if I'm having a hot flash, I go in the walk-in coolers at the gas station. It's perfect.
All right, now we have to get the glue on the other side because I want this tree to lean into this space here.
Direction matters.
It does.
You don't know which way your tree is leaning.
You do, and you need to get your branches situated somewhat. Okay.
Our particular freezer paper I don't think would work very well because, and I'll tell you the reason I think this. Because whenever we get glue or anything kind of sticky on it, it sort of balls up and sticks to it. It doesn't like, it doesn't repel it. It like becomes friends. So, the wax is different because see, the wax then lifts off where the freezer paper really isn't like a resistance kind of thing.
That's really kind of nice. I could use some of that. This is a really good piece of watercolor paper is the reason I'm hesitant to. I'll just get one of my crap tags here and transfer this.
Okay.
All right, now we're going to check again what side we want, and I think that's it.
All right, Devin.
All right, I'm just going to
What?
What?
The Quick Trip in Minnesota sells their bags in milk in bags.
They're what?
Milk.
Oh.
In bags.
Well, that's interesting.
It is. We need pictures of this. Never seen such a thing.
Now, y'all, this is very, very specialized work here. All right. Now, I'm going to just hold it in my hand. I was going to put it down here, but then I'm going to have to figure out how to get it off there without, you know, mussing up everything.
How is it that we're just learning about this?
Learning about what?
Milk in bags.
Oh, well,
I mean, they do wine.
Wine
here.
in boxes.
Yeah, but which is basically a bag in a box.
This is true.
It's more about. Oh, I did. Hi, Julie. I'm sorry. I was engrossed in the milk in a bag conversation. I do apologize. Yes. And hello, Acme.
Now, again, once you have plenty of glue on that, you can squish it around a bit. But the little tendrils, the tender tendrils of the tree branches don't allow for a lot of that, you know, wiggly business.
A lot of handling.
A lot of handling. Mm-hmm. Now, I think here, and I want to think about the pocket, because remember the pocket is going to be going kind of diagonal here. We decided it needed to end up over here without overlapping this fold in the middle here, because I don't think it would bode well for that. So this is, the pocket is going to be somewhere in this vicinity here. Then the next thing is, do I want to continue with my trees along this line, or do I want to continue my trees along this line?
Oh, there's a tree in the road. I think they should stick at the top, personally, because then it's more like the rest of the book.
Rather than following this and allow this to be more or less what determines.
Plus, their size indicates that they are further back anyway.
This is true. This is very true. All right, I'm not going to do that because y'all know, I just wanted you to know what my decision-making process was here. I'm not going to subject
the tree line will be added after the tree.
To that. So that's what I will continue with my trees, and I do have a plentiful supply. I'm very proud of myself, having made those ahead of time. So, okay. Let me just put this back from whence it came, because then I will be able to, you know, you put it back in the same place twice. You can remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're not throwing this stuff away because this might be just exactly what we need.
Just put it in your little box or bag or box bag.
Box bag. Yeah. I'll put it
Envelope.
in here with the trees. This is kind of my you know, mussed about stuff.
Okay.
All right. So, let's bring in our pocket. Now see, look at that. That just fits perfectly. I'm not going to have to cut anything off there. Just move it over ever so slightly.
I love it. And I even like that the little bit of that yellow sort of peeking up through there.
I think that's, and now, I'm going to give you some different angles.
Ooh.
See, I don't think that works as well. I actually like the darker there. Now we can
I do too. Yeah, I was
this
gonna
side.
say, That's kind of,
All right, so we're back to here.
yes. It really balances out with the next panel at the top. In fact, you may want to come into the panel at the, that next panel above the tree area and kind of add in a little bit more of that darker orange to help balance that out. Because you got a lot of the little brighter yellow happening and the brighter pink at the top there. But if you brought in just a little bit, darkened those up ever so slightly, you would have a good
You're
balance.
talking about up here.
No, on the up there. Yes.
This needs more.
To balance out that pocket, if that's indeed the way you go with it.
Well, now remember on this side,
Hi,
this
Nina.
is going to be more of our fencing.
Okay, well, lay that out there so we can kind of...
All right, I'm just going to go ahead and
Glue it
bite
down.
the bullet and...
And then we'll base all other decisions on once that's done.
Exactly. I think that is a good... Okay, this is just straight, so I don't have to worry about...
Hello, Veranda. She likes the new purple wall you added. Thank you, thank you.
Well, I do think, and I think it works nicely with this over here.
Yes.
And I could have just come in with the, oh God, did I cut off the right part?
Yammering and just choppy.
Choppy. And that went over a little bit over here, but I'm just going to see how much of an issue
Yeah, you're on your bend. There you go.
that's going to be. Because it's going to go this way. So that's going to be okay there because it doesn't get into the bend. I can leave that hanging out there.
I love it. Leave it hanging out sometimes.
Leave it hanging out there.
That way people understand what you got.
Okay.
That's not always good advice. I just want y'all to know that. She's not listening to me. Or she is and she's just ignoring me.
I'm concentrating.
Hello, Tutu.
Hi, Tutu. Don't get upset about not getting your scraps yet. They're going to be absolutely fantastic and well worth the wait, okay?
It might be,
I just don't know. I'm reticent to give up what I have quite yet.
Because you might need it.
I might need it. You know how I am about that. All right, I'm actually going to throw this.
But don't you worry, there'll be plenty of things left over. There always are.
I have a box back here. All right, now I'm not going to put the glue on this. I'm going to put the glue here, but I need to know where to start the glue. So the glue starts right there.
Let the gluing commence. That was funny. On 2 levels, you get that. Like,
Gluing commence.
Anyway, if y'all are finding me funny, just, drop some chuckle faces
Now the
in the
thing
chat.
about gluing with this, where that tape is, where Mariah put it together, you need to use plenty, and you need to hold it down for a spell, because it's for some reason, it doesn't always like the glue.
Yeah, it needs convincing.
It does.
With a little bit of pressure.
Now what's really important is I get this one over here on this bend in the right place. Because we do not want to constrict.
It's not covering up. See, it's still peeking through. I did think she was going to put it a little lower, but I actually like this better.
Well, the problem here
It's the art glitter glue, Julie.
Was that I was going to have to tilt my paper so that I couldn't get this edge over here. Is why it had to move up a bit more than what we anticipated here. Because we wanted this to come out over here to show through on this edge.
Yes, I love that.
Now, do I need to put a bit of
I don't think
glue
you do. Just
there?
Don't.
Over glue?
It's like. Yeah, I'm not even going to touch that. Never mind.
The other reason that you need to get your excess glue up is because
you could be gluing
it
things.
doesn't color well.
That is very true.
It stays white. You have to get something really, really dark. And
well, one thing that sort of works are the alcohol ink markers. Or alcohol, sorry, you know, alcohol markers. But it's still kind of tricky. Because what it does is it actually kind of reactivates. Is that right? Reactivate? Yeah. The glue. And then you can kind of color it. But it still usually is noticeable.
okay, now we've got. I need to move my
Yeah, I was going to say, Devin.
move my marker back over here so I can see where the edge of my.
Hello, Anthony. We got the Anthonys in the house today.
All right, so what are we feeling here?
Well, you're still just on the lighter colored one. Flip it over. Show the darker side. Mood-wise, I like that, but then that is pretty. Here's my suggestion, because I think it would change things. If you're into it and you do want to balance things out, as I had mentioned earlier about the above your trees there on this page.
Bring this down a little bit.
Well, no, like you need to address the area above the trees.
This.
Yes. I think it needs to at least be closer to what you just added in the pocket of the netting thing.
Well, there's a little bit over here. Oh, Pooty Doo, you're probably right. I don't.
Now, it could be something that you come in with your colored pencils and do at some point. So, you know, you got options as far as like, okay, here's kind of how to think about this and whenever you're doing something like this. Are you wanting to get good, quick coverage? Well, that's probably the washouts. If you want to come in and really work it and create more depth and intensity, that's going to be done with your colored pencils. Look at me.
Okay, I'm going to think about that a little while. Because I think the point that you made about using colored pencils or the wash is good. And the other thing is I'm thinking that this line here.
Yeah, you're going to need to define that. You need to add some more of your brick wall or whatever to it.
To do something there.
Actually, that is a lot of what's happening on this particular page is that it's sort of layer 2-ish 3, and it's going to need an additional 2 to 3 things done to it in order to get it to the same level as some of those other panels.
Now, what I could do is come in with my, and not have a lot of it.
I don't think that achieves what you're thinking.
Well, I think it does as far as this is concerned. I don't like this right here.
Oh, that it's coming over the wall
It's
area.
not going behind the wall.
Well, get your, okay, move the stencil out of the way, if you would, please. So that way you can kind of look at your current, what you added earlier with this kind of collaging business.
Right.
And continue that sort of line, because that'll help make more sense there too.
I think that's
Very
what
nice.
I need
Yeah,
to do.
yeah. And in that, about that width, don't get too fat with it.
Don't get too fat. Agreed. Okay, this is how I work, and this is why I don't do tutorials. My tutorials seriously suck.
We're more of a, let's see how it goes and then discuss it from there.
People are going to be angry if I announce that, I'm doing tutorials, because I actually don't.
I think that's not really true. Okay, our approach is, once again, it's about, here are techniques. Here are ways to apply those techniques. We are not a start to finish, hey, let's create, this is, kind of showing an example and then saying, hey, we're going to create this. That's never something you're probably ever going to see here. Maybe me. You might be able to see something like that, but again, it's going to be different because I can't make things twice. Even that one book I really tried. It didn't happen. We don't have the same stuff all the time either, because it's like the pieces are different.
Yeah.
Oh, Acme said that's a good suggestion. I don't think that because those are so straight lined, but I like the idea. So she says make bricks out of Carrie's new label stencils and then put it in a brick wall. It just doesn't fit the style because these are all very, cobblestone-y type bricks. So if you brought in really straight lines right now, it would stick out like, oh my gosh, what way?
I would have to reevaluate.
Yeah.
Everything.
But I like where you're thinking. Like that's a cool idea. Yes. Perfectly said, Marcia. And Paula agrees. She says we just she likes us just as we are. Appreciate that, Paula. And then Marcia says it's about responding to the image as it happens and modifying as you go.
And that that is basically how I work anyway.
Yeah.
I can't
scale exactly.
I can't hopefully I'm going to have a few more little pieces of that one color over here. Oh, yes. We're in good shape.
Well, and this is a prime example, this particular project, of, some of the things that we talk about as far as, and what made me think about that is, like, so Sarah had a rate, she says, this is the type of tutorial that is more realistic than building a house in 30 minutes. Like, you'll see a lot of shows like that where it's like, oh, you just get kind of the highlights of it versus this is the work that goes into it. And these are the very, if you were to watch a lot of those realistic house shows, there would be the constant discussion of the budget and you found plumbing issues. There's things underneath the floor, that sort of the trials and tribulations.
Yes.
Jane. That's a great way to think about it. Yes, love it. Yeah. That show used to stress me out.
What is that?
Love it or list it, because they would kind of go through and they would argue about things. It was a little stressful.
I would have liked that. I like arguing.
Well, yeah.
Mariah's way less confrontational than I
I don't
am.
like it.
I don't mind a good.
She'll get into it. I don't want to. Hello, Ricky. Ricky says, when I come here, I watch for the various techniques, but I especially like the demonstrations of new stencils and stamps and how they can be used and layered. Love seeing them before buying. She really wants us to show the, although I think you bought Choppy Waters, and she wants to see that again. Even though I've been showing, because Pete did some, but I've only been showing like the ooh and all pretty print thing, not like how it was done.
Now, I think this is kind of cool how this...
I like it.
It's kind of flipping up there a little bit. Now, it's probably not going to continue doing that when we close the book.
It'll flatten.
Yeah, it will flatten out. But can you see the difference here?
Yes.
And I even kind of like how the gradient goes up into...
And you know what's funny is it helped balance out the top and what was going on there.
I think it really does.
I do still think the little bit of orange needs to be added
and I
at
think
the top,
I need some more peachy color on this
Uh-huh.
up here. Leave that alone.
Yes,
but
I
add
like
some of this more coming in over here.
Perfect. Yes.
Oh, and when we came back yesterday, there was the most glorious sunset with these colors.
She's like, look, it's my book.
And Izzy, she got out her sketchbook and then it got dark and I couldn't see. All right, this needs to lie flat like this. You want to do that just simply because it's terribly, terribly disappointing if you glue stuff together and then pull all your hard work apart.
Yes.
And you've seen I do use a lot of glue. So we'll just
There's
allow
that
to rest over here. And okay, so what were we saying about the stencils? Because you know I don't think I even gel plated the last time.
Not really. You've been mainly just kind of using it.
I'm going to pull some stuff off of the plate because I want you to see how wonderful it is.
Ooh.
Isn't that just
And what's kind of in the background
gorgeous?
there? Like what stencil was on there at one point?
The heart one, the mixed up hearts.
It is.
I use those things all the time. I really do.
Becoming bricks.
I made. They
Angled
are
Arts by Estella.
because I don't even think of them as hearts anymore.
No.
I just think of them as curved shapes. Oh, we got a serious
them
build-up situation here.
I love it when I watch people now and they are like, crack those edges. I'm like,
And even when you start off, and I always pull from this side because Mariah's always over here filming.
because I give her a hard time. I'm like, yeah, that was fantastic. I'm so glad that you pulled right into
Now,
the camera.
I know some of this is not going to come off because can you see where it's white?
Uh-huh.
It probably is not. Well, maybe it will. Whoa. That's excellent.
No.
But it isn't over here on this corner.
It's not everywhere.
It isn't everywhere. But, you know, don't just attack this like in a rip-snorting manner because you won't be happy. And the other thing is you can actually go along here.
You can get tools involved.
Tools involved, and lift up this and glue it back down if you are so inclined. Well, I didn't get all of it, but I got a good part of it. But
It's been on there a day or two.
Yeah, it has. I saved it for today because I thought it was thought it was a good thing.
Well, this particular one, so I'll put in the, we were talking about choppy waters, and a lot of the little shorts and reels I've been doing, that was all choppy waters. This particular one was like way, like older leftover from the hearts, the tangled hearts from Estella.
Now I'm pulling this with the fluid acrylic.
That's also a little tricky because it dries quickly.
It does, but it has such a lovely patina to it that I try to use it whenever possible.
So it's kind of things to keep in mind with the fluid acrylic is that, okay, it's going to dry fairly quickly. It's very sticky, which is good.
It is a good pull thing.
But if you're pulling a bunch of layers and you need something that's going to probably stay a bit more open longer, you want to go with something that's a little more heavy body that isn't going to dry up as quickly because you need it to saturate into those layers of paint.
I just think this is absolutely
Thank you, Mo.
fantastic. I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
And so those little kind of black swooshy areas in the background there, that's the stencil, the tangled hearts. And Mo did put a link in the chat.
Alrighty. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? I'm going to put this paper out here because I really do want to use it somewhere in my book. I just don't know where.
Now, quick question. We have, okay, so I gave you the new little meshy ones.
Right, I've got them over here.
You also have, and it has been requested, they want to see the tulips being.
Okay, well, let's do tulips.
Okay.
I'm up for tulips. I think what I want to do, you know, this is an experiment, and I'm going to just clean up this edge of this plate because we're going to use this one for tulips.
Oh, Julie says, was the purple leftovers from something else? Well, I think there were a few things on that plate, just to be honest. The purple.
No, the purple is what I pulled with.
So those were open areas.
The yellows, the dirty colors here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was on there. Plus whatever was on here. Now, the way that I got the little, is that if that's what you're asking, is this was one of my washouts.
So that's why. Oh no! Remember, this is the one we were waiting for.
Oh yes, we put it up.
Remember?
It was this washout yellowy stuff.
And she kind of worked out a little, you know. It's hard doing that technique on camera.
It really is. And I should have waited to show you.
But I think that was in the last stream.
Yeah. Show you the purple, though.
Mm-hmm.
I should have waited to do that. I apologize.
Hi, Carla. You're getting the ones at the top.
Yeah.
Because I would say that kind of was what was happening there on those other edges. Things are falling.
Okay, I'm just going to have to, I don't know that this is going to pull this, but I'm going to try it.
There you go. Now keep in mind that was wet string tissue, so that's part of the other.
Yes, and I
Regular tissue
if
wouldn't.
you're going to do a long dry, don't be using that other tissue paper because it'll come off and
You'll be
chunks and
sad.
pieces. Now this doesn't have to be totally pristine out here, but you know.
Yeah.
We're just cleaning it up.
Leslie was biting her nails.
Who?
Leslie was biting her nails. She was at the edge of her seat.
Oh.
And actually, I'm kind of glad that she didn't do that one as a reel, because that's the ones I have to like chop in the middle, because I have to keep it, you know, to the 1 minute. And this one over here, I'm like, okay, hey, get her up.
Hey, I was getting better the last time we were doing
Yeah,
it.
you actually, like, some of them was like 26 seconds.
Moving right along. All right. So, tulips. Let me locate tulips. Okay.
Now, is Nightbot not? I haven't really noticed if Nightbot's doing its thing or not.
The reason I sort of know where they are is because I just looked at them like.
Oh, Phyllis, you're asking what are they for? Okay, so Nightbot helps us out here in the chat. We have some regular ask questions and some things that we like to regularly post, and so that's what those hashtags are for. And if you use those hashtags in these during the stream in the chat, then Nightbot will then indicate, you know, whatever is associated with that particular information. Thank you, Estella.
Okay, so we've got this one, and we've got this one.
Yes, that is correct, Anina.
So what I want to do is I want to get down, and I think I'm going to use the borderless. Simply because I think we'll have more organic edges. Not that we're going to see them, because I'm going to put this.
See, I think that's going to be so cool.
I don't know.
Maybe.
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 Maybe. We just do not know. Okay.
Hello, Christy.
Got to get my little skin out of here.
Don't lose it.
Don't lose it.
Where'd you put it?
Oh, over here. I need to, I have a place that I put things. I don't need that anymore. My skins, I have a special place, and it's marked.
Yeah?
It's right over there.
We did that on the last resort.
All right.
Not resort,
now,
but resort.
what we're going to do here.
Oh, the tulips only come in the 9x12. We kind of made that decision. And then it was requested to possibly do a wide version. If you want that, just indicate in the notes, hey, can I have that? Like, you just purchase this one and say, I want one as a wide version, and we will make that happen, and then we'll get it in the shop. But I'm not doing it until somebody actually purchases it. Suggestions are awesome. Purchases.
Oh, you mean you don't have this already like this?
Well, yeah, like that. But somebody wants them turned and have a wide version for journal.
Oh.
If you want that, no problemo. We will do it. But I want to know that for sure somebody wants it versus just suggesting it.
Okay, yeah. All right.
If you want it, buy it. Then we'll put it in the shop.
I'm with you now. All right, we're going to try something a little bit different here. I don't know if this is going to work, but I've been thinking about it for a little while. And I thought, you know, it might be kind of cool if that just sort of, I don't know, mushes about. I'm going to try some of this hot pink.
Oh, definitely, Marguerite, if you have those requests.
Quinacridone pink. But now this is different than my other pink. This is opaque.
Look away, Mo.
Look away, Mo.
This is piggy pink. Like baby pig pink.
Boy.
I think, yeah.
We need to be using this. It's not.
All those bag ones, they make me crazy on the card anyway.
Ain't getting any better. And I have a hard time getting the lids back on.
Every time you do that, it makes me nervous because the thing shakes and it's just...
Shaky, shaky.
It's not a good shake. It's not a good wiggle. It's is this thing going to topple over and what's going to puke out?
Well, wouldn't that be exciting? I mean, that, you know. Well, I'm going with kind of Easter eggy colors here. And since these are both opaque, I'm using a lot of color. I mean, a lot of paint, not color. A lot of paint because I know that I want to get in between the...
well, it's a big plate.
It's a big plate.
And you're trying to cover all areas and get down into grooves.
Yes, thank you, Mariah. And I'm using my semi-Big Bertha. I don't, maybe I should use the big one.
Oh my gosh, and Marcia sent us links too. There are 2-handled brayers. Like if you want to start moving up to 10 to 12 inches, it requires 2 handles. Did you know that? Size matters. I don't think that you have got that skill set.
I wouldn't.
I
think that that's just ridiculous. I think those are for people that are doing
much larger things.
And
yeah. This one gets it done. I mean, I would say though, like maybe 1 more inch on that wouldn't be terrible. But yeah, I don't know. Bo says she's glad that piggy pink looks purple. It does kind of come off that way over in the YouTube. Definitely, Eddie. Definitely.
what?
Yeah, Eddie says, is that like double fisting beers? It's double fisting your brayers. So when we were building our deck, I actually used to work for the company, and he came out. He's like, "Here's the thing, Mariah. You're always gonna want your deck to be bigger. So build it as big as you possibly can." And I'm like, "Fair enough. Fair enough. Size matters.
Size matters.
All
right.
A big deck matters."
Now we're going to, I think I'm going to do it with tissue paper.
That's beautiful. Ooh. Don't, playing with fire.
Yeah. Just go with the wrinkles, folks. Just go with the wrinkles.
I'll take a seat on my velvet chair.
All right. Now, I gave it a pretty good rub. You saw that, right? I mean, it was a fairly good rub.
See? And Devin said we recently added a second deck to our house build for that exact reason. So true.
Now, isn't this interesting how the pink really pulled?
Well, it was already dry.
I kind of like, look at those little spots of white kind of...
Highlighting.
Highlighting, yes.
Sorry, I'm finishing your sentences today.
That's all right. Oh, yikes. Yikes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sugar biscuits. Here, give that to me. She left it down.
I did when I was mucking about with that. Okay, now I want to get some stuff down here, and then I'm going to try to
Yes, the Turning Up Tulips are an Artie Perk exclusive, and there've been, you know, I always forget that some people are new and don't understand everything that how we do this, or it's shown on a different channel, so I should probably try to be more, like, explain this more. But any design that PM Artist Studio puts out, as far as, like, when it is brand new, we make it an exclusive over on our website, on the pmartiststudio.com. They don't ever even show up on Etsy for a long time. So that's one of the benefits and one of the perks that we try to give to those of you that are regulars and you like the stencils and you purchase regularly and you sign up for the Artie Perks membership. That gives you additional discounts. That's really what it's about. And for those of you that order regularly, I think it adds up and is definitely a benefit. But anybody that's just coming in and isn't sure and you want to just, you know, purchase stencils from PM Artist Studio, anything that has been out for 8 weeks is available in the shop. Even PM Artist Studio exclusives. The exclusives stay that way just for those 8 weeks of it first coming out. Because we want, you know, our Artie Perk members to have a little, you know, perk above and beyond the fact that they get those additional discounts. And hopefully I explained that really, you know, in a better way. And those of you that are new and kind of like, you know, what is this whole perks business about? Because it's not something that a lot of other stores do. It's not something that you haven't seen elsewhere. It's just, you know, this is kind of how we do it. I gotta spray this or something.
All right, all right, all right, all right.
That's the llama spitter, if y'all want to know what that sound is. Sounds like a sprinkler, you know, like those click. Tick, 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 tick. Hopefully never, Anthony. Hopefully never.
And that, I'm not even going to clean that off. I'm just going to go ahead and...
Look at you getting all painterly.
Painterly. And what's nice about this stencil is you can do that because your, you have big, wide areas where, yeah. Voila! This is really, I'm going to let you have this, Mariah. Take this to the wash basin.
Well, I'm working on this hair business.
Oh, I think that you might as well just call it. Just put it in there.
I want you to use it again.
Oh, well, I mean, yes, but you can put it on the board and get it off of there. All right, now, I think this is going to be sort of interesting because we have remnants from the other one on there. I've got those little round spots from the whatever that are providing a little bit of interest and whatnot. And then we'll have to decide what we're going to pull this with. So be thinking about that as it dries, because I hope we can do, we will. Just give me some suggestions on what you think, what color we should use here. And I do have the light blue. You know, the opaque light blue.
I love that blue.
Light phthalo. I don't know if I like that or not. Maybe we should go with something a bit more dramatic.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Naples yellow and gold. Ice blue.
Because see, you've got a lot of stuff from the other print.
Oh, Lucas Krill Arctic. You know, we love that one. Lucas will pull. Lavender.
Oh, lavender would be good.
That's funny. Yeah, the metallic ice blue.
Metallic ice blue.
We used to be in love with it, you know.
Yeah, this one. Well, not this one because this is a washout.
Not this one, but this one.
I've got this. I don't know. It seems kind of puny.
That's not puny. That's
not
a bold choice, is what that would be.
That's not puny. I'm staying away from turquoise because I've got turquoise flowers.
Well, you got blue flowers. I don't know about turquoise, but you got blue flowers.
They're turquoise.
That is not. Okay. Debate about. Yeah, exactly, Carla.
What?
I'm just...
Well, just think about it, because I gotta wait for this to dry all the way, because
yeah.
I've still got a few little wet spots out there that are gonna smear about.
Wet spots smear. And welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in chat so we can say hello back. We are live right now, but if you are watching on replay, be sure to come back and leave those comments. Or if you're watching in the replay, leave the comments, because remember, I'm going to be polling. I was thinking that, you know, we should ask another question, because it's funny, because like people like to answer the questions in the comments.
How are we doing there?
I'm getting it, you know,
okay,
little ways.
Well, I actually needed the other one.
The stencil one? With the...
To put on top of this. But I don't know that I want to do that. I sort of just kind of like this.
Yeah.
But I think what needs to happen here is, well, number one, Mariah needs to hurry up and give me the stencil back. I could go ahead and use this one.
Yeah, just use that one. I mean, the main difference here is that, you know, this one doesn't have a border on it.
Right. So you can see here, if you offset it a bit, and I want to make sure, am I going the opposite direction here? Yes, I am. Because that's what's going to be important. All right, let's just go ahead and do this. You know, we've got a little bit of a purple wrinkle here, but, you know, I think it's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the yellow and the pink. Let's reverse it and put the pink at the top and the yellow at the bottom. Provided I can find my colors that I have.
Oh, they do kind of look like clams. Or it
What?
could be a stack of what are the cookies that Izzy likes? It's French things. Macaroons.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
I had a brain.
Macaroni. Okay, now what
Or
colors
hamburgers.
did I use here?
These could be used for a lot of things.
I use
Your little whoopie pies. Yeah.
Okay, well let's just. Oh, I don't want brown.
Carrie says yellow at the top, pink at the bottom.
Thank you, sir. I'm working on it. Okay. No, that's not my pink that I want. Where's my pink? Where's my favorite pink? It's right here.
Oh, hey, you could use raspberry and purple, and then you would be hitting part of the, you know, if you did the lime green, raspberry, and purple, it would be the color combo.
But turquoise is in there too.
You're saying turquoise is in there? What do you mean?
In the color combo.
No, that was last month.
Oh.
Welcome to March.
Welcome you to.
Oh, bell peppers. Yes. Bell peppers.
Yeah, I think that.
Who knew tulips could be so versatile?
And here's the thing.
They're lines like the tangled hearts.
Exactly. You don't even have to use them for what they are. You just use them to. This is my new Winsor Newton. I'm telling you what, I like this Winsor Newton paint. It spreads nicely. Even coverage.
Yep.
That's a really, look at how vibrant that yellow is.
So this is the 9x12. Obviously, well, all these are 9x12s. Because we didn't make them in the smaller. Because it just doesn't, I don't know that it makes sense. Again, contact me. Convince me. Tell me otherwise. That is totally fine. The luxury that we have as PM Artist Studio and that we cut designs to order is that at any point in time, we could add different sizes and such. Now, sometimes that comes down to our availability of time, but we still do have that capability. We are not constrained by inventory or anything like that. We are only constrained by time.
Yeah.
At this point. But if it's something that you believe in and you want, you let me know. Because this actually came from a request that was a spin-off of the daisies. Because they said, I want tulips. And we're like, huh, we can do tulips.
Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that.
That is really cool looking.
And we've got some great leftover here. We'll bring that back in later and look at it. I want this to dry because look at this.
Oh, yes, Tracy. Definitely up your alley. For sure.
All right. Love it, love it, love it.
Cracked eggs, as Eddie says. I'm getting all the suggestions. Somebody pulling this list together for me, all, AKA.
We're gonna pull this because I need the plate.
Hey, I want you to be impressed by how fast I did that.
Well, are you sure you got all the paper off?
This was quite the little situation. I don't know that I have it.
Yeah, you need to. It probably needs to be scrubbed because if there's paper residue on there, it's gonna stick.
Well, hooty do, lady, hooty do.
We'll just use the other one.
Okay.
Isn't this a gorgeous print? This is, again, is kind of a... I mean, you're either going to love this or not.
Love it or not.
I think it's fabulous.
Yes, and you...
Represents a lot of labor there.
You did part of that in the last stream, I think.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And this is more my color range than the unicorn hearts and purple hearts. All right, so where's our stencil here? Oh, we still have a little paint on here. Maybe we can get a reverse image. We for sure will. Notice the Winsor Newton paints are a little...
Hey, Sherry.
You know how I will say
snuck in.
a paint is dry? And that just means that it dries quickly.
Oh, so macarons. Is that versus macaroons? Well, we're Texan.
Macaron?
We, butcher things.
Oh, macarons? Well, I thought that was like small.
That's microns.
Oh. A bunch of funny people here. Okie dokie. Let's try.
I think there's some more of y'all that are sneaking in. Hello, hello.
Are
Favorites.
they? Oh,
And Sherry, I think. I don't know.
well, did they wave at you with pink hands?
Well, usually this later in the stream, they don't always, I think they just kind of...
Oh, Marguerite, I'm sorry. You can't eat peppers.
Macaroons are coconut and disgusting. I actually do like macaroons.
I do. I like them a lot.
I don't always love coconutty things, but I do like those.
I actually like coconutty things a lot.
Fair enough, Tracy.
Well, I'm just going to show you something else that you can do with your stencil.
Okay, well, I don't know if I said hello to you, but if I did.
Paint out here, but sometimes it's good to have a bunch of paint when you're wanting to get nice
Thick
lines rather than shapes. Yeah? Is that one done over there?
I don't think it's to your... there's a little bit of fuzzy business happening. So you just need to stick to that one. And plus you're on your 8x10, so it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter.
I love that color combo. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
Now, those of you that have come in, give your thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. Be sure to come back. Leave those comments on these videos, all the way starting in February on into March till that Sunday before the March Mixed Media Masteries Week of Craziness. That's what I'm calling it. I mean, I didn't add that other part, but, you know, when I'm talking about it. Yes. Big difference.
Show you that.
Agreed.
In a moment.
This color always makes me think of, like, carbon copies. Because that's the color of how the old school carbon copy thing. That purpley. It had a smell to it, too.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Mo. And Mo has put that information, you know. Come back. Put the comments in. Commenting on the comments. Do you love this new stencil? You can answer that question.
You can.
Would you want it in a wide format?
It's I'm going to let that dry.
Mimeograph. Yes, the mimeograph.
Oh, yes. And the old rolling drum thing.
Uh-huh.
That's what they used at elementary school when I was working there for a short spell. You know, I think one of the things that's important is to provide...
No, I heard you, Julie. Yeah, and I was doing that.
Provide your children with lots of varied experiences early on in life so that, you know, by process of elimination, you'll know some things that you don't want to do. And I definitely knew right away that I wasn't secretary material.
She didn't have that skill set.
No. I didn't get any jolly ho-hos from any part of it.
I can't believe that. Well, you've been busy doing other things. That's why these haven't been pulled.
This is true. Now, I just want to focus on this for just... Oh, look.
Back.
Grabbing.
You got...
Isn't this gorgeous?
20 minutes, by the way. Mm-hmm.
I'll just talk. I could glue that down, but that's not even.
No.
Work. I think that this is exquisite, and it will probably not make it into this journal, but at some point.
You do that, Julie.
I think it's lovely.
Sometimes I've answered you in my head. I just didn't know that you didn't hear me.
Lovely. Oh. Yeah.
Hello, Sophia. I did mention earlier, Sophia, I'm going to go ahead and send you what I have because I just don't know when we're going to be able to get the new ones.
I would have liked for these lines to have been a lot crisper and darker.
But you could always come back with a marker or
that's
something.
A pain in the potato.
That ain't her.
Yeah, that's
her jam.
This kind of comes into the category of secretarial work.
She's so rude sometimes. Actually, that just falls into things that P doesn't want to do because she just has not got the patience.
I just don't have the patience. Okay, now, we've got this one here with... All
right, Carla.
And we want to get some more color on here, so let's do an ombre, but let's do 3 colors. 1,
okay,
2,
hey,
3.
okay, here's your 3 colors. Lime green. Raspberry.
Just a sec.
Which I think is probably... which color am I thinking of? The permanent violet, I think, is the one that is sort of raspberry-ish.
Not really.
But all of the ones that you use should be transparent or semi-transparent.
Yes, they should, and I don't have some in those.
Okay, well, use magenta something or other for the raspberry. And then...
Well, I can just use this.
Yeah, I think that's kind of... We're going to call that raspberry. The color police are not going to come knocking at the door.
We've got raspberry.
Or your quinacridone magenta.
No, I don't want to use that.
She don't want to use it.
Too dark.
No want it, she says.
I don't want it.
Being kind of poopy.
Okay, now what? Lime green.
Here.
Well, that's going to turn into brown.
Well, keep them a little further away from one another.
So what was the other one?
And purple, which you kind of already have. I mean, technically. The outlines are already purple.
Yeah, but that purple's going to go away because it's going to get... Whoa!
Blip. There was more there than you realized.
There was. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that says, like, it's actually raspberry. I think that raspberry is somewhere, like, it's going to be a pinky purple to me. You know, leaning to that redder end of things.
All right, let's see what happens here.
That was a siren for the color police. Hola, Carolina. Don't want to use metallic because metallics are going to tend to be more opaque and would knock out the lines. Because remember, we're going on top of this print, not underneath.
And we're probably going to...
She's going to knock out that whole end. I don't know why she put that purple down.
I don't know.
She wasn't
I wanted it to be a lot. I went with the fluid because I thought it would be a light.
Yeah, just pull it up right now. Don't rub it so hard at that one end. Nah, she got it all.
Hey, you can still see it a little bit.
She's making points.
Yeah. Now you know what not to do.
That's right.
Of course, the purple pulled up beautifully.
Yeah, it did.
The rest of them are still here.
Yeah.
But that's kind of an interesting thing we got going on here. You know, it wasn't like for naught.
Yeah, we're learning things together.
Got a great brayer off over here.
Yeah, you do.
And the brayer looks cool.
Yeah, well, that lime green does... remember, it's a color shift one or a color...
Yeah, and I don't really have a good lime green that's not
opaque.
opaque.
Ish.
All of my lime greens are opaque. Now, I could mix up a lime green.
Yeah. That is true.
I mean, you know, that's not...
It's an option.
It's an option. All right, we're going to put this up and grab the other one that we were waiting for it to dry.
Yeah, and especially with the lights around here, that lime green is definitely going to look more yellowy. Just because I have a more yellowy tint to the lights around here. So she doesn't get totally washed out.
Yeah.
Especially with that shirt that she has on today.
Let's do it.
Let's do this.
We're going to do it.
This is the PBO.
And you probably won't
Metallic.
be seeing this today. We'll have to pull this because this is a long dry.
On Tuesday. Tomorrow's Mariah Makes Monday. I don't know really what
What are you going to make, Mariah?
Well, I can't decide if I want to continue working in the Winter Wonderland book. I may save that. I'm just a little bit like, I've done everything that I want to do in that one right at this moment in time in my life. I hope that makes sense. Not that I don't, because it needs more work. I sort of want to start to tackle the collage prompts. I have some ideas.
Oh.
But it may be a little bit bigger of a project, the thing that I want to do.
She hasn't shared this with me.
I haven't.
She doesn't share things sometimes because I think so want to talk about them.
Well, she does sometimes inappropriately tell y'all things that I don't
Oh my
want
gosh,
her to.
look at that.
Yeah, we got a hickey.
No, it's a piece of Yupo.
Yeah, well, it created a hickey. That's what you call that in printing. It's a blurb on the plate. So I thought I had a piece of Yupo stuck in my sock yesterday. Turns out it was one of these tiny little beads that my baby has been making necklaces with.
I think that looks really cool. Now, see, you can start seeing the advantages of having a stencil that has little, little, you know, shapes on it. Because once you start getting some and smudging in other colors and whatnot, you're not even going to know what it is. And I think it would be really cool to have what some of you wanted, because you could cross-hatch them. If you had the other ones going...
Okay, it sounds like we should just do that. I'm just going to tell Brad.
I think that you should just do that. Because when I demonstrate it, I guarantee you people are going... The light bulbs will go off.
The tulips will be just
turning up. The tulips will be burning up.
Turning up.
Turning up.
That's what we named it, Turning Up Tulips.
Turning Up Tulips? Oh. Okay, well there you go. There you go. What do we got over here? All right, let's use our... But see what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd have some going this way, and then these would intercross, and it would create a...
Cross-pollination.
A gritty situation.
Tulips getting gritty.
Tulips getting gritty. Okay, what do we got here? I used that Windsor blue the other day, and I just did not care for it at all.
Yeah?
No, I didn't. Let's use some cadmium.
She's just going to talk dirty about it.
Yeah, you won't want to lick your fingers when you're using cadmium because it's...
Poison.
Poison.
We don't recommend you licking anything, but this one over here, I'm worried about her. She's paint liquor from way back.
My other life, I was a lizard.
One of those spitting lizards, too, because she spits on things a lot.
Well, I don't, it's not like it's a...
No, it's usually just a little,
I don't do projectile spitting. Well, I can. But, I mean, it's just a spit on your finger and wipe something off. And
it's like the mom thing.
Sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
You ought to watch Izzy roll her eyes like a bastard calf when I get ready to spit on her. All right.
Don't you leave that down either.
I'm not going to do it.
Dang it, woman. We
Not
still got, 12 minutes.
I've got 12 minutes to totally screw something up.
Yeah. That's pretty. I kind of wish that purpley business was at least in one other, spot, but...
Well, we got a little bit going on out there.
Yeah.
Well, what we could do is we could pull it with purple.
Pull it with the purple.
And then
yeah,
pink or yellow on that end.
I like that.
All right, that needs to dry. What do we... Oh, we have Mucky Muck. Oh, I always love it.
Oh, and congrats, Sonia. She is our header for the month of March.
Yeah.
If y'all haven't checked that out, head on over to Makers. Check that out.
I just feel like we should ombre.
Oh, bye, Paula. Paula had
okay.
Yeah,
she's different stuff.
No worries.
Let's do some experimental things here.
Experimental. Now that's kind of raspberry.
Yeah, but it's my washout. And I'd have to mix it.
I mean, I'm just letting people know, like, if they're kind of needing. Ooh, I like that crackly business that's happening with it. Now what? Just gonna leave that? Have to come back to that.
Let's just let that sit for just a bit of a spell here. I want to use that.
Well, it was perfect. I was like, okay, I need, we're coming into spring here. We need something to liven it up. And then Sonia's post with that, with her I think they were tags. I did turn it because, I need long. I hope y'all don't mind that. And I love it when people are, obviously using PM Artist Studio stencils and, other designer stuff is awesome. So that's usually what I try to key into, if y'all want to know. the washout. So those are any of the paints that are like just down to hardly anything. And so P just adds water to them to kind of reactivate or activate whatever sort of left in there and extend it. And then that's why you get the super crazing, because there's water mixed in. And then sometimes she just squirts other colors in there a little bit. So it's a...
Oh,
that's pretty. You need
good.
to get rid of that. Yeah, or not get rid of it, but put that to the side. So, y'all see that for 5 seconds?
All right, now let's look at it on this side, because this is what you're going to get. And pull this with bright yellow. You just trust me on this, Mariah. Boy, that is going to take a bit to dry.
I don't agree with the bright yellow situation.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Sometimes I think that you know what you're talking about, and other times I don't think you see my vision.
I know that's right.
All right, so we decided we're going to use some purple here.
So Devin will be using tons of PM Artist Studio products on her live stream. She has I think she plans on using the Lucky Loops and what was the other one? Lucky Loops. Why is my brain just... Anyway, her 2 latest ones. And maybe some other things too. So, there we go. That will be super fun. Check out Devin on Wednesday. And I was so excited this last week. Now, Wednesday seems to be kind of a crazy, crazy time for all the live streams. Lots of people streaming. But, Violet and Fran were live, but I think they're planning on maybe doing 1 live a month and maybe moving it to Friday. I actually requested that.
Oh. That's quinacridone crimson.
Mm-hmm. Plenty of fish. There we go.
There we go.
Ooh, awesome. And she has new releases. Now, remember, you gotta let me know beforehand. Which ones? Oh, I love that. I'm down with... Okay, stop. Yep.
Stop.
Stop.
Okay, I'm
Purple's Poland.
Okay, it's too dry. I'm going to save it. And we'll pull it with something else.
I think...
White.
Yes, that would be very dramatic and very pretty. But here's also a second suggestion. Perhaps something metallic, because number one, even though the yellow pretty much is opaque, it still will give it a little bump in shimmer in the background there. So that will help make it have more depth, and then could do some really cool things with the purple. You could even ombre that, perhaps. Like if you wanted to like knock it out of the park, and I would be super duper impressed, it would be gold behind the yellow and a sparkly, or like this is raspberry, and that, or switch
Amp
it.
up that.
Yes, because you kind of need some.
So you're saying use the gold at the top, and use this at the bottom.
Yes.
And then we can kind of reclaim these areas that we've lost.
I think so.
Okay, that needs to dry.
But that's the plan.
100% dry.
Yeah, because otherwise it'll just smush, and she'll just keep pulling up.
Okay, now here's the problem with this stuff. See that? See the glossy? It takes a long time to dry.
Long time. Because those little beads are basically like puddles.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Okay, so you understand what's happening there with that. And then we've got this one on here, and this one needs...
Hey, Tracy, here's a little...
This needs to dry.
It's not, like, it's not pizza, but it'll do.
What is it?
We have been using, so you can get, I think they're super low carb tortillas, and they come in like a spinach. There's a spinach one, and then there's even like a tomatoey one. I highly recommend like pre-toasting the tortilla, and then just basically making a little pizza on top of it. It ain't shabby.
Oh, here, look, I've got hearts.
There's more hearts to be given. Yes.
Okay, do you get that, my other stencil, I need.
You keep talking to me about that. There's going to be a little bit of paper business, but I don't think it's enough to make a hootin'
Oh, I
holler
don't think it
difference
is
there.
either. Gosh, no, I'll just go
Okay.
over the top of them.
You got 6 minutes. Actually, 5. Now this is the bigger. This is the 12 by 12
Yeah.
plate.
With lots of some mucky moo on the edges and whatnot.
Mucky moo.
Mucky moo.
This is beyond mucky muck. It's mooing now.
On mucky muck.
It's grazing and it's mooing.
All right. And we're gonna do some,
Paula, I thought you were asleep.
like this yellow and quinacridone combo.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to half and half it, because half and half and is just kind of.
Oh yeah, and then there's like this. I'll send you like a picture, Tracy, of like the stuff that we use to make it. Just remind me, because I'll walk downstairs and totally forget.
Now remember, I've got this dippity doodah over here on my plate.
This is she means a bump or a hump or a dip.
Yeah, it's from.
Depends on which way you're looking at it.
Yeah, leaving. Crap.
Oh, congrats on that, Violet. Ooh. And you know, you can get tulips that actually kind of come in this color combo, like those reddy orange ones. Well, she probably could work it out if she, like,
What?
flipped the plate and conditioned it and put books on it or something to flatten it out.
I think it's good. I like the muckiness of it.
I do too. I think it makes it more interesting. For sure.
Now, what do we have here? Oh, we have this one. Did we decide what we were going to put down on this?
Oh, that would be a great way to end the stream. Well, there were lots of suggestions.
No,
I like the light phthalo, personally. That's just my... Now it's kind of a safe place to go. You know what would be really cool? Why don't you... No, hey, let's take this little happy Easter business and turn it dark and stormy to something like, you know, your version of the tulips in the garden in, you know, the pet cemetery. And just cover it with some, like, quinacridone magenta or, you know, something, you know, get it rusty.
I like that. I like that.
We should end the stream properly.
We should.
Plus, it should look cool.
Quinacridone crimson in
Oh, the Blick.
the Blick.
Hey, I've been tagging them on our reels, and sometimes they say thank you and they like what we're doing. And
Just
Gold,
wanna
I think Golden has commented on.
Make sure that you use lots of it, because it dries. Well, any of the quinacridones dry more rapidly.
And the fluids, especially too.
Yeah.
Fighting brayers.
An abundance of brayers here.
Oh, goodness. So if something's too happy slappy, you know, just put some murdery stuff on it and be well.
Red sky
Yes.
at night, sailors delight. Red sky in morning, sailors take warning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's actually, I think somebody told me it was from the Bible.
Hmm. We've talked about that before. I just can't remember whose it was. It.
Who's it? What's it?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, got lots of paint down there, but that's a good thing. Dab, dab, dab.
It's coming through. We're gonna finish this out and then I'll, you know, we shall end.
Got a funny, I don't know what that is, in the paper there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, carnival tissue. At least that this way you know that it has made contact. Oh, some of it stayed happy slappy. Although, here's something to keep in mind. Have this picture in your mind. Because as that paint sort of soaks into it, it will lessen. Now, I still think some of it's going to show through, obviously, and still it's happy slappy colors.
Yep, we kind of lost our pink flowers.
But I think that's okay. I think it's more interesting, actually.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll be back here for Mariah Makes on Monday. I think that's the name of it. I Make Something. It's going to be on Monday, and there will be links to the stream posted in Makers and all that business like our usual do once I have those scheduled later this afternoon, perhaps. Lovely. Well done, Pig.
Leave you with that.
Be sure to come back, leave those comments, because, of course, we will be pulling comments to get you entered into the big old giveaway that's going to happen during the March Mixed Media Masteries of Craziness. We'll see you then, guys. Bye!